Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Way That I See It. My name is Lucy Superfox. This is my podcast. So if you're watching me on video, you can see I'm rocking some mermaid plaited hair and barefaced kind of makeup vibe today. But I feel finally back in the game after presenting a show all weekend. It was intense, to say the least. It was a full-on weekend. And as much as I absolutely loved it, my sensory, when you're on stage for that long and the lights and the sound of the music, and then you have a ball and a party the day after, blimey, your brain is like. So look, I can I feel like finally I can actually string a sentence together and it makes sense. So here I am. So what I wanted to talk about tonight, and it's tonight at the time of filming and recording this, is I wanted to really share with you, I guess, the truth around money. And this is a harsh truth that people don't want to hear sometimes, and if I'm being honest, it's a truth that I didn't want to hear. And I know that that sounds pretty crazy, but being totally honest, who wants to hear a truth that you who wants to hear a truth that you are the problem? And that's basically what I wanted to say to you first up today, guys, is that you are the problem. You are the only common denominator when it comes to, your finances, your financial life, your relationship with money, how you spend, how you earn, how you save, where money comes in and out of your life. You are the common denominator. You are the problem. So what most people do in a time where you can call it a recession, people cut back, but at some point there's going to be nowhere left to cut back to. And my vision and mission has always been, how can I make more money in this time without killing myself in the process? And so what I really urge people to look at is that, let's face it, there have been so many millionaires. Some of the most successful businesses in the world have been built during times of recession. And so actually it's nothing to do with the fact that the money was on the downward spiral that meant those businesses happen. And in fact, it was the opposite of that. It was the willingness to decide to do something different. And I think that what people confuse is that they believe that the desire for more money is bad. But here's the thing, money is neither anything, not bad or good, right? Money pays for charitable work, money pays for life-saving work, but it also pays for weapons of mass destruction. How you feel about money and your relationship with money is what matters. And so what I really hope to urge people to understand is that your relationship with money is dependent on you, not money itself, right? Because money is neither good or bad. Money isn't anything. Money is just a resource, right? Like Google is a resource. Google isn't good or bad. Like social media is a resource. It's not good or bad. Like you can choose how you use it. You can use it for entertainment and social purposes and connection, or you can use it to slag people off, or you can use it to build a business, or you can use it to purely laugh at funny TikToks, right? You can use things however you choose to use them, and the meaning that you give them is up to you. So some people are completely obsessed with how they look on social media. They're obsessed with their followers. They're obsessed with their like count. And some people literally use social media to share hilarious dog posts. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. But what I want you to understand is that nothing has meaning until we give it meaning. We give things in life the meaning. And so if you are giving money a meaning that it controls you, that it manipulates you, that other people are in control of it, that it's the government's responsibility, it's someone else's fault, then here's the radical truth that I hope you can hear, is that whilst you continue to perpetuate that mindset and that fucking story, right? What's happening is you are losing power over your own life. You are powerless to your own freaking life. And so you have got to, if you truly want to change your financial reality, and I mean, like truly, truly change your financial reality, you have got to take ownership of your part in this, of your part in the financial story that you are telling in your life, the way that you're spending, the way that you're earning, the way you're receiving, the way you talk about money, who you spend your time with, how you spend your money. And look, I am not saying there isn't practical work to be done in terms of cutting back on maybe changing your energy supplier, changing your phone bill, whatever. Look, if that applies, like I am absolutely there for it. When there is less money available in the instant, I am smart about how I spend. I'm smart. I look at what I value. What's most important to me right now? Is it getting my hair colored, or is it having Botox? Or, that sounds a very superficial example, but one that I hope people can relate to. Is my priority right now having more money to spend on food, or having more money to spend on the heating bill, right? Like, and I don't know where you're at. I have no way of conceptually knowing where your financial story is at right now. So I can only share with you the stories that I've had. But what I want you to know is that while you continue to focus on the lack of something, so if you're hanging out in just the practical, which is the lack, I'm not saying don't look at your budget. I'm not saying don't be smart about spending. I'm not saying don't be appropriate and logical, but what I'm saying is don't be focused in on all that you're focused in on is the lack, because when we hang out in the lack, what we're actually hanging out in is the lack of something happening, the lack of money, and then we're creating more of that. And that's not just woo-woo stuff, guys, right? There's two ways we create. Number one is the law of attraction. What we focus on, we create. What we focus on expands. What we focus on, we get more of, right? That's an energetic thing. We put out a vibration, it comes back. This is the thing, for you practical people out there, this is what actually happens when you focus on there is not enough money. What you're actually doing is putting a filter in your mind. So you have something called a reticular activating system, which is basically like, and Mel Robbins describes like this, the lint filter in a tumble dryer, right? It picks up the crap you tell it to filter for. So if you tell it there's not enough money, 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 that's what it will look for. So even when a money making opportunity or the opportunity to earn extra or money freaking on the ground, right? Or money in your post box or whatever, you won't see it because you're focused on the opposite of that. And any limiting stories or beliefs that you are telling around money, they are the things that are keeping you focused on the lack of money. Like, that's just me being honest and truthful with you. And I've seen this 100 times. And I remember, and she won't mind me saying this, I had a conversation with my sister, and she was saying to me, like, I really just love money. She was talking about holiday, right? And she was like, I'd love some more money for this. And I just feel like it's kind of been a bit of the same for a while. And I want to really grow my earning, like grow how much I'm earning. And she's, you know, she's done all the practical stuff. She's very smart with money, you know, absolutely has a spending plan. By the way, fucking hate the word budget. Use it in my corporate life all the time. Spending plan is my language. So if that feels good to you, adopt it, use it. If you don't, leave it. And I said to her, I was like, well, look, you've just got to be open to receiving. And we went through all the steps that I teach in Money Mindset course. And we had those conversations, right? And she's actually enrolled already for this week, which is amazing. Love that. Thanks, sis. But one conversation I then said to her is, I was like, well, where are you being accepting of money? Where are you, like, you know, bringing money in? She's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, so have you seen any money on the ground? And she was like, oh, I don't think so. I was like, received any random bits of money? She's like, oh, I got this like check from Scottish Power. It's like for £3.29, but like, I'm not going to cash it. I was like, why not? Because the energetics behind the not cashing of that check is basically saying, I don't need more money. But it's also logically saying, I don't need more money, because you're then actually being given more money and you're not doing anything with it, which means you are telling your brain, when we're given more money, we don't do anything with it anyway, so we don't need any more. And so what you have to remember is the small stuff matters. The way you behave in the small moments makes a massive difference. And so what I really want you to understand is that when it comes to transforming your money, like your financial reality, that is up to you. You are the only person that can change that, not the government, not your partner, not your mum, not your job, not your career. Like, do I think nurses should be paid more? Absolutely. Do I think doctors should be paid more? Absolutely. Do I think anyone who works in public service, who changes lives, saves lives, makes a difference? Absolutely. Do I think that sometimes, you know, super wealthy people get away with some lovely tax loopholes? Of course they do. Do I think they should? No, I do not. But none of those things are the reason I am where I am. The reason I am where I am is because I continually work on my financial mindset. I'm continually willing to invest in myself. I'm continually willing to do the work, the structured, progressive personal development work to invest in my growth so that I can continue to grow my revenue. And what I see so much of the time is people being like, oh, they'll buy 7 books and they'll spend 50 quid on books, right? And they'll read all the books, but they won't apply any of the knowledge. And just think, you could have put that down as a down payment on a money course or a mindset course or a confidence course or whatever the thing is you need, right? And I am all for the books. I'm all for the audios. I'm all for the learning, right? But the challenge is that most people aren't applying what they're learning unless it's delivered to them in a way they can actually practically apply it. And they are forced to do activities or steps that actually make them think about what they are doing and change it. And so this is why Money Mindset was created, right? It's 5 freaking modules, and every single module is absolutely like, I brought my best. I brought my freaking best. So module 1 is understanding economics and energetics. So what does that mean? It means understanding how the economy actually works. I'm going to talk you through how the economy actually works. And then I'm going to talk you through the energetics of money and how money changes energetically. In module 2, we're going to talk about wealth consciousness, what it means to be wealthy, how it feels to have money, what it feels like to always have more than enough, what it feels like to be in a state where money is not something you worry about or think about or panic about. Module 3, getting to know you. This is all about plugging into you and who you are and really getting to understand the money stories, the beliefs, the narratives that have led you to this point, and then ultimately designing, recreating, and changing those. Module 4 is all around the practical pieces. This is where I take you through how I created a spending plan, how I use that spending plan, how I use my bank accounts, how I distribute money, how I invest money, ways I able to share and contribute money, and just some smart things I've done around, you know, where my money is left if something happens to me, how my businesses are left in trust, that kind of thing. And so look, I'm not a financial advisor, never will be, sounds like a deadly boring job, but truthfully, I'm just going to share with you what I've done that has led to where I am right now. And module 5 is about expansion and elevation, and that simply means how to continue doing what you're doing and how to keep growing that and elevating that to the next level. So if your goal right now is to do a 3K month, then when you've done the 3K month, how to do this work all over again to get to the 5K month. And when you've done the 5K month, how to get to the 10K month, or whatever your goal is. And I think what's really important to understand is that this is not one of those courses where I say I'm looking for 10 people who want to do a 5K month, because the reality is I have been the coach that did a 2K month, I've been the coach that did a 3K month, I've been the coach that did a 5K month, I've been the coach that did an 8K month, I've been the coach that did a 10K month, I've been the coach that did a 15K month, I've been the business owner that's been doing 20 to 25 plus K months. So I have been all of those things. So I can teach everybody to do all of those things. Right now, at the time of recording this, I can't teach to make 100 grand a month because I haven't done it, right? But what I can teach you is what I have done to create the success that I have over the last few years. Now, do I believe you can do it quicker than me? Absolutely, because there were some lessons that I chose not to learn, and there was some work that I chose to avoid. And I honestly believe that when I do this work, when I create a mini course or a course, like my master course is basically my life transformation, right? But when I create a course, that's the final level in my learning. That's the final piece in my learning gets slotted in. As a teacher or a coach, we learn through teaching. And that is exactly what I've done here. So on top of all of those modules, you're going to get my journey with money behind the scenes, my journey with body image behind the scenes, my journey with relationships and love, true honesty behind the scenes. You're going to get a video all about fear and shame and how I unlock both of those things, and 2 amazing downloads that get updated all the time so you can keep refreshing on your website. And if you right now are somebody that is just sick of there never being enough, or maybe right now you're just desiring to have that life where you truly have choices, then this course is for you, because that is what we're designing to do, is to move you from that place of not enough or never enough or the lack of freedom to choose into what is my number one value in life, which is the freedom to choose. And that is paid for by money. Now, some people maybe are looking at this thinking, I don't feel like I'm in that negative state, Luce. I feel kind of good. But maybe right now you want to play a little bit of a game with manifestation. Maybe it would be fun to manifest an amount of money by the end of this year. Or maybe right now you just want to next level your business. Like I said, you're doing 3K in your business, 5K, and you just want to take it to that next level goal, no matter what type of business that you have. And that is what this course is about. And I have honestly poured my heart and soul and every piece that I know about money and every lesson that I know about money into this. And you know, if you've listened to my podcast, you will know some of the crazy things I've manifested, some of the crazy ways that money has come in that are not directly related to having a business or not directly related to having, you know, consultancy work or whatever it is. And so what I want you to know is that money, your relationship with money, is not specific to what you do for work. And if you're not a coach right now, that doesn't mean that you can't see money shifts and transformation with money right now. What will happen as part of this is you will vibrate at a higher frequency. You will be that next level person. You will transform. And as a result, your financial reality will change too. But the thing is, you know, bringing me back to my very beginning point at the very beginning of this podcast is you are the common denominator in your financial reality right now. You are the reason you are where you are, not the government, not the economy, not your job, not whatever. You are the reason that you are where you are right now. And if you want to transform where you are right now and take it to the next level, then that responsibility and that ownership lies in you. So I cannot wait to welcome so many of you into the Mini Money Mindset course. If you go to lucysuperfox.com/mini-mindset-course. Alternatively, you can go to lucysuperfox.com/courses. We go live. This should be live at the same time. On Friday, the 11th of November, we are going to be open until the 22nd of November. So we are open for 11 days for launch, and you get immediate access to all of the bonuses and to all of the modules. So you can binge it if you want to binge it. You can do it slowly if you want to do it slowly, but it is available to you there. And I cannot wait to see so many of you over there. We've already got a ton of people who've jumped in on the pre-launch, accessing some extra bonus extras. But if you haven't had that chance, if you haven't got to this before this podcast goes live, then make sure to join us over at lucysuperfox.com/courses, and you can scroll down for the Mini Money Mindset course button. So I hope you have the most beautiful rest of week. That was the way that I see it, all about how you are the common denominator in your money story and relationship. Have the most beautiful week, and I'll speak to you soon.